Hey traders, welcome to the weekly Forex forecast for the 10th of June. And let's go into the markets and see what's going on. The DXY is completely sideways. A little bit of weakness coming into the market this week for the last 7 days, but nothing to really talk about. We do have positive divergence into the market, so this could break and head for 106.14, but no clarity so far. In terms of the yen futures, continued weakness looks likely. However, there is positive divergence coming into the market, so we could see a move up temporarily, and there could be some intervention as previously mentioned in last week's video analysis. What is clear is the Swiss franc future contracts are now strong, and we've had a breakout to the upside, and I do expect the price to move back down to support and then head for 115.22. What this means in effect is that the Swiss franc pairs are likely to fall in the next few days, so these are going to be one of our favorite trades. On to the indices. The Dow Jones index is in a wave 5 formation and coming into an ABC pattern. So I do expect this to roll over to 37,307 in this week's forecast. FTSE 100, this is very interesting. I love wave 4s, as you may well know. And I think the price is going to be heading for 88.61 in the next week. This obviously needs more data, and it needs to break this trend line before we want to go long, but a wave 4 is the strongest pattern into the trend. So this is one of my favorites for this week. Now don't forget the news this week. We have the FOMC on Wednesday out from the US, and we have the CPI data as well. Two very important pieces of information which will affect the dollar and the indices as well. The Nasdaq I've got as parabolic, but it looks like it's in an exhaustion phase now, so coming into a wave 5 formation and with divergence as well. So we do expect this price to come down to 18,156. So this could be an exhaustion phase. Use your price action charts for that to get into this if that's what you want to do. The Hang Seng into a wave 4, but not confirmed yet. We do need this price to move out from this downtrend line here on the advanced pro charts and then start heading for 20,486 and then 22,000. Nothing else is at any significance whatsoever. Bitcoin, we've been talking about this for a while, and as we can see, it did have a break a week or two ago, but has been sideways pretty much ever since. We do expect the wave 4 formation, which is still in. As long as it holds on to this trend line here, we can expect it to go to 77,000, 90,000, and then 110,000 and beyond. We simply have to wait, but it won't take actually long for it to start making a move. Euro dollar, we have not much going on in terms of the DXY, so this is not one of my favorite trades, but I do expect this to move down if the DXY goes weaker to 105.72. We do have, you can see that we do have a divergence, so this is like an exhaustion phase, but not in a wave 5. So again, we have to wait for the DXY to sort itself out. In terms of the US Swiss, this looks a lot better, doesn't it? Not confirmed yet, of course, because it's broken this structure here. And we do need the price to start moving up into the wave 4. So this is likely to climb to 92.61 if the dollar goes strong in this instance. Swiss yen is on my watch list into a wave 5 exhaustion, so I do expect the price to come down. It's hit our target 175.14. We do have negative divergence, which confirms that it's likely to lose momentum and into a wave 5. So this is an exhaustion phase. Use your price action charts to confirm, and I will let you know once it's ready. One of my favorite trades, as notified here in the turquoise color. These are my favorites. I will confirm that. And as we can see, the pound Swiss has broken this structure here, moved into a wave 5 exhaustion phase, and this is going to continue into the week. So we do expect a little bit of a pullback. It might not come in as deep as we expect, but then heading for 112.46. Euro Swiss, the same pattern, wave 5, heading for 96.23. I will confirm in the Forex signal group once it's ready. Aussie Swiss I've got highlighted here. This is interesting. This is based upon the Swiss franc futures maybe going weak rather than strong. It doesn't look like that is the case. However, this is one to watch if that does happen into a wave 4 situation with the trend. So we can confirm that that could be the case, but we do need more information, more data. I do expect the price to come up to 61.02 though. This is interesting as well. The New Zealand Swiss is better than the Aussie Swiss because this is not broken down. This is now moving into a wave 4 situation and then heading for 56.15 in the next couple of days. This may be a Kiwi trade, a New Zealand trade, rather than a Swiss franc trade. Pound Canadian, I think there is some legs for this to go up a little bit more, but it is an exhaustion phase. But here we got a wedge formation here. Let me draw that there so we can see this being drawn and this there. So any kind of break from here is going to be heading for 172.16 in the next week. New Zealand Canadian, again, well, not something that's going to be red hot. It's not my favourite, but New Zealand Canadian is likely to pull back down into a wave 4 situation in the next few days. So this is simply a correction before the move higher, and it could be quite a big move higher. So keep an eye on that. Aussie Canadian, this is a better trade. As you can see, New Zealand Canadian do the same thing. So this is in a corrective phase. However, it's now moving into a wave 4 scenario. So we could see that quite quickly start to move up. Euro Canadian is continuing up to 14994 in the next few days. Pound Aussie, there's no wave formation, which is interesting, but it's certainly in a downtrend, as you can see from the Advanced Pro chart. So any break from this blue support line in the next couple of days is likely to head for 19030. Pound New Zealand, interesting, now moving into the bottom of this trend line. So we could see the price start to move up in the next few days, and the same for the Euro New Zealand heading into this area here. There is convergence here, hit our target. However, I think this is going to go much higher, so we could be going into the price action charts in the next few days. So just a reminder of my favorite trades for this week coming. The dollar is mixed, so I'll be staying away from the US dollar for a little while, but it could liven up pretty quickly with these CPI data and the FOMC decision on Wednesday. So be aware of that. So avoiding the dollar until then is sensible. What is hot is the pound Swiss, Euro Swiss, New Zealand Swiss, pound Canadian, Aussie Canadian, pound Aussie, pound New Zealand, and the Euro New Zealand. So they're the ones to watch in the next few days. Have a great weekend.